Support for this podcast comes from the law firm of Davis Malm. Whether you're a developer, property owner, manager, or commercial tenant, their real estate attorneys know the lay of the land, not just the law. Learn more at davismalm.com.
WBUR Podcasts, Boston.
I'm Daryl C. Murphy, and you're listening to The Common. WBUR arts and culture contributor Noah Schaefer, welcome to The Common.
Hi, Daryl. It's great to be here.
Yes, it's great to have you. You know, we recently talked about some of your picks for the Spring Arts Guide with WBUR editor Diana Bell, and now we got you here in the flesh for more of your music recs. This time, we're talking about residencies here in the Boston area. These are shows that folks can check out in 2024. For folks who don't know, a residency is where an artist or a band plays regularly at the same venue. It could be every week, every month, etc. But before we get to your picks, Noah, tell us why residencies are important here specifically.
I consider residencies the heartbeat of the local music scene. When a band can play every week or every month, they can really hone their craft and just perfect it. And the other great thing is that for the audience, it provides a sense of community. Some of these bands have been playing these venues for decades, and their audiences know that when they go, they'll see some familiar faces and some people with some similar taste in music, and it really fosters what's best about a local music scene.
So, Noah, let's get to some of your picks. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with The Fringe. They have the longest-running residency, certainly in Boston, maybe anywhere. These days, they play every Monday at the Lily Pad in Cambridge. And The Fringe are now in their 51st year. And what The Fringe do is they play in total darkness, so don't even bother getting out your phone to take a video. It's not going to come out. And they play free jazz. It's totally improvised. The one constant has been saxophonist George Garzone. Bassist Sean Lockwood's been playing with them for many years. Recently, their drummer Bob Galati passed away. These days, Francisco Mela is usually the drummer, and it's just free improvisation.
Damn, man. Makes me want to smoke a cigarette and have a glass of whiskey.
Well, it is Cambridge, so maybe have that cigarette out on the curb.
Yeah. And we shouldn't be smoking cigarettes, folks. Protect your lungs. Just painting a picture here. So that's The Fringe at the Lily Pad in Cambridge every Monday. What else you got for us?
Let's have some reggae.
Hit it.
This is Earl Strength. He's the lead singer of Conscious Band, and they're at West End Johnny's every Sunday.
Yeah, I like that. And this is a brunch residency,
exactly,
right?
Yes. And Earl is one of Boston's first reggae singers, and he's been doing his thing for years and years. Used to be some like Gregory Isaacs have come to town. Earl would open up the show, and you go, you can have some nice food. He'll play some of his classics that he made. He'll play some Bob Marley. Just a real nice, relaxing, family-friendly time.
Heck yeah, man. All right. So that's Conscious Band at West End Johnny's. Get your brunch, get your music, have a good time. Okay. What else you got?
Let's head to the Natural Wonders.
Groovy.
Yes, and the Natural Wonders play every Sunday afternoon at Sally O'Brien's, another matinee affair.
Yeah.
And it's Fred Griffin, they call him the king of residencies. He's been playing somewhere every week for many years. And with the Natural Wonders, he's joined by his partner in music and life, Gail Nixie. It's real relaxed. There's some folk, some R&B, a lot of New Orleans feel.
Yeah, I like that. It's nice and, very groovy, very groovy. All right, so that's the Natural Wonders at Sally O'Brien's Sundays in Somerville. All right. So you know what, Noah? We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, I want to hear more of your recs, and then I want to talk about how the local music scene here has changed. So we'll be right back.
Twice. You make me feel. Yeah, you turn me on. You knock me off my feet, mama. My lonely days are gone. Gone.
Did you kill Marlene Johnson?
I think you're one of the first people to have actually asked.
From WBUR and ZSP Media, this is Beyond All Repair, a new podcast about an unsolved murder that will leave you questioning everything.
Somebody should be in jail for murdering my sister.
A woman who's never been believed.
As long as they think I have done this, then they're not looking for who actually did this.
And that's what makes it a cold case.
No, it's a botched case.
And a search for the truth, once and for all.
Wow, it just gets more interesting.
Beyond All Repair. Listen and follow wherever you get your podcasts.
Be careful. You're digging in a place that's been very peaceful for a while.
Do it anyway. Dig.
And we're back with WBUR arts and culture contributor Noah Schaefer. All right, Noah, you're taking us through some of your recommendations for local music residencies. I want to jump back in. Where's another place we can go? I think I want some hip hop.
That we can do. Let's head to the Jungle. And by that, I mean the Jungle in Somerville.
Okay, let's go.
And they've got a night called Bars Over Bars.
The love I really gave to you, it went in the trash. Yeah, I know it's all hard, right? I don't want to stay up late and just scream and fight. But that's what happens when it's love, you just pay the price. When your hearts come together, they don't play nice.
We rolling. We could just drive, maybe keep going.
Bars Over Bars is really special. It's often said that Boston has a lot of hip-hop talent and not nearly enough venues for that talent to be heard in. And Bars Over Bars is a floating night that pops up all over New England. It goes from Woonsocket, Rhode Island, all the way up to Portland, Maine.
Wow.
Every month they're going to these places and throwing a hip-hop showcase with maybe a dozen MCs coming in, doing a couple tracks each, and it's just an immensely valuable resource for the local hip-hop community all over the region.
Yeah, keeping hip-hop alive in New England. Tell me, what type of hip-hop can folks expect to hear at Bars Over Bars?
Yes, and when they go into the Jungle, it's first Sundays at the Jungle. It's a real blend. If someone is a little harder, there's a place for them. If they're more on the conscious side of hip-hop, that's welcome too. Some R&B comes in as well. It's really the full spectrum of hip-hop.
All right, so that's Bars Over Bars. Now, there's a lot of different locations, but as it relates to us, you can check them out in Somerville at the Jungle the first Sunday of every month. So you got one more for us?
I sure do. It's the Yoko Miwa Trio. They're every Friday at the Mad Monkfish in Central Square in Cambridge.
Damn, I love some piano jazz, man. I love it.
Yeah, and hear how tight that rhythm section is? That's a band that plays every Friday. That's how they get that tight. And Yoko and the trio tour all over the world. They play A-list jazz clubs in many cities. But lucky us, we get to hear them every Friday.
Nice. So that's the Yoko Miwa Trio every Friday at Mad Monkfish in Cambridge. All right, so look, we're going to stop there with the recommendations. I'm pretty sure we'll be here for hours with you, Noah.
Yeah, and a lot of these clubs that we're talking about, we're just touching the surface. Places like Sally Bryan's, the Lily Pad, the Mad Monkfish, they have maybe 7 or 8 residencies going on all the time. The Porch in Medford is another one we touched in the article. They've got about a half dozen residencies, so there's plenty to be found.
Residencies upon residencies upon residencies. But, well, Noah, that leads me to my final question for you. I want to talk about how the local music scene here has changed because, I've only been in Boston for, 2.5 years or something like that. And one thing that has come up during my time is just how much the scene has kind of suffered. Venues have closed, rehearsal spaces are harder to find, or affordable rehearsal spaces, I should say. Talk to me about what the music scene is looking like these days.
Well, Daryl, to some extent, the music scene is now reflecting the economy as a whole, right? On the highest echelon, artists can charge more for tickets than they ever have. And in Boston, there are all these new venues that hold 5,000 or 6,000 people. So if you're, a pretty high-drawing band, you've got your choice of places to play in. For the working musician, the one that might be playing one of these residencies, things have been pretty tough, but there are still these venues here that are resilient and they're trying to make it work. Maybe because they're also a restaurant, or maybe because they've found these core communities that can come every week. So let's celebrate these venues that we do have and support them so they'll stick around.
Right on, right on. Well, Noah, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. If folks want to check out your article, where can they go?
WBUR.org.
Yeah, baby. Well, Noah, thank you so much for coming through to The Common.
It's been a pleasure.
That's WBUR Arts and Culture contributor Noah Schaefer. And that's our show for today. Thank you so much for listening to The Common. If you want to share a recommendation for residencies with us, hit us up on Instagram at WBUR The Common, or send us an email at thecommon@wbur.org. And now it is that time for me to let you know that The Common is produced by Caitlin Harrop and Franny Monahan with help from CCU. It's mixed by Emily Jankowski, Matt Reed, and Paul Vaitkus, and it's edited by Samatha Joshi and Ben Brock Johnson. And our theme music is Me from Hisu. And from the newsroom of WBUR, I'm your host, Daryl C. Murphy. I'll talk to you soon.